Hello dear students, a very good morning to all of you. Dear children, today we are going to start a new chapter. This is unit 4 and chapter name is Chemical Bonding and Molecular Structure. So this chapter I will start with periodic table. So as we know about the periodic table, that there are more than 100 elements present in periodic table. Okay, now just imagine what will happen when all the elements react with each other. So definitely we will have a variety of compounds. Okay, we will have a large number of compounds. So after observing the formation of a large number of compounds, some question arised in the minds of scientists that why elements react with each other to form compounds, and what type of forces do exist between the atoms by which they can combine with each other, okay, which can hold them together. So to explain these questions, many theories have been given, and in this chapter we will discuss those theories only. Okay, so let's see about the theories. So in this chapter we will discuss 4 theories. First theory is Clausius-Lewis approach. Second is Vesper theory. Actually Vesper is a short form. Its full name is valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Okay, third is VVT, valence bond theory. Last is MOT. This is again a short form. Full form is molecular orbital theory. So in this chapter we will discuss only first topic, okay, Clausius-Lewis approach. So for today our topic is Clausius-Lewis approach. So first of all you should know that this approach is also known as electronic theory of valency. Okay, and as I told you that all these theories have been given to explain those questions. Okay, so first of all he visualized the inert gases. Okay, to give the answer of those questions, he first visualized the inert gases. And as inert gases do not take part in the chemical combinations, okay, they do not form compounds. So that's why he suggested that inert gases must have stable configuration, because they are not reacting with each other or any other element to form compounds. And as we know that inert gas shows NS2 NP6 type of electronic configuration. So on the basis of the fact that they are not reacting with other elements to form compounds, Clausius and Lewis suggested that this electronic configuration is a stable configuration. And only because of this configuration they are not reacting with each other or any other element at normal condition to form compounds. Okay, so as we know that this is the natural tendency of all elements, they can achieve a most stable form. Okay, so to acquire this stable configuration, all the elements react with each other to form compounds. So this is the Clausius-Lewis approach. On the basis of this fact, he gave this theory that In the formation of chemical compound, atoms of elements acquire stable electronic configuration by gaining, losing or sharing electron. Okay, so this is Costello-Lewis approach. After this we will discuss octet rule. So as I told you that they suggested that a stable configuration means ns2 np6 means all element should have 8 electrons to acquire the maximum stability. Okay, so this fact so Lewis formulated this fact as a rule which is known as octet rule, and octet rule states that all the elements has tendency to acquire 8 electrons in their outermost shell. This is known as octet rule, and obviously this rule will not applicable for hydrogen, helium and lithium, because lithium and hydrogen shows this type of stable electronic configuration which is 1s2. Okay, so this is not applicable for hydrogen and lithium atom. Okay, this is applicable rest for the all elements. Okay, so this is octet rule. After this topic we will discuss valency and Lewis symbols. So first we will discuss about the valency. So valency, we know that all the elements which can take part in chemical reaction, as suppose we have one atom which has some electron in this orbit and some electron, suppose one electron in this orbit. Okay, so we all know that all the electrons do not take part in the chemical combinations. Only the electron which are present in outermost shell can take part in the chemical combinations. Okay, so this shell is known as valence shell and these electrons are known as valence electron. Okay, and the number of these valence electron is known as valency. So valency to we already know. Now we'll talk about the Lewis symbol. What is Lewis symbol? So to represent the valency of any element, scientist Lewis introduced a particular type of symbol which contain a symbol of atom and valence electron. Symbol of atom and its valence electron. Symbol of atom and its valence electron is known as Lewis symbol. Okay, Lewis symbol contains symbol of the element and valence electron only. Symbol of the element and valence electron only, and so on. Okay, like carbon we can write like this. For nitrogen we can write like this. Okay, so these are the Lewis symbol. Now what is the significance of these Lewis symbol? So the significance of Lewis symbol is that only by seeing the Lewis symbol we can easily find out that how many electron is taking part in a chemical combination. As hydrogen, in hydrogen only one electron can take part, only helium 2 electron, only lithium only 1 electron. Sorry, helium is a inert gas, so it will not take part in a chemical reaction. In lithium it is 1, and in beryllium 2, in boron 3, and so on. So this is the significance of Lewis symbol. So this is all about the Costello-Lewis approach, octet rule and valency and Lewis symbol. Thank you.